Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Naruto Theorist video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about if Hiruzen can beat Itachi. Now, this video was suggested to me by a comment in one of my Hiruzen videos that I made a long time ago. But basically, what he said was that Pain and Tobirama would be around Hiruzen's level. So, what is Itachi on Hiruzen's level? And we're not talking about old Hiruzen, because that's just a joke. That would be really saying a lot, because Hiruzen lost to Orochimaru, and Orochimaru got just destroyed by Itachi, so that would just be no contest. But we have heard, I say it all the time, because Hiruzen's one of my favorite Hokages, one of my favorite characters in Naruto, to be 100% honest. But I always say that Hiruzen is a lot stronger than people let on, and I think that there is a possibility that Hiruzen can beat Itachi. Now, this is going to sound really far-fetched at first, but just hear me out, and we'll really get into it. But here are a couple of reasons why I feel like Hiruzen could beat Itachi. So firstly is the question of genjutsu. Now, I realize that the Sharingan basically negates all visual genjutsu, but there is one genjutsu that I'm not really sure about, and that is the Infinite Darkness genjutsu. Now, I understand that it would be kind of a stretch to say this jutsu works on Uchiha other than all the other visual genjutsu, but if you can't see anything, you won't really be able to notice the differences in the genjutsu and break it. Now, you probably will realize it's a genjutsu and probably be able to break it, but if Hiruzen can't do it, and Hiruzen is the master of all jutsu in the leaf, then I'm not really sure Itachi can. But if he can, let's just say he can do it, then that would be a huge boost in Itachi's favor, but I still feel like Hiruzen can win in that case. Either way, if Itachi cannot break that genjutsu, then I pretty much think that the win is secured for Hiruzen, because he still has Monkey King Enma to summon, and that's probably the strongest summon in the whole series. On top of that, if we go back to the Ninetales versus Konoha fight, and when Obito threw in the Ninetales, I just made a video about that, so if you want to go check that out, we're just going to do a shameless plug right there for my own content. But anyways, when we go back to that fight, and Hiruzen is trying to fight off the Ninetales, Monkey King Enma, goes into his pole form and extends and pushes the Ninetales really far back. And if we go to the Pain versus Naruto fight, Pain tries to Shinra Tensei, and it does not move the Ninetales at all. So I'm not going to say that Monkey King Enma is stronger than a Shinra Tensei, but what I am going to say is that the force behind Monkey King Enma's extend is stronger than Shinra Tensei, which is really saying a lot, and just goes to show that Monkey King Enma is nothing to mess around with. Also, Monkey King Enma can stay in his monkey form and fight independently, and I'm not 100% sure Itachi can genjutsu more than one person at once, because I feel like that would break his kind of connection that he has to just messing with the person. So I feel like if he were to genjutsu Hiruzen, he still has to fight Monkey King Enma that whole time, and that is completely excluding the fact that the Infinite Darkness genjutsu doesn't even work. So say that works, say the genjutsu works, and they have Monkey King Enma, it's a 2v1. It's like you're basically fighting, it would be the equivalent of fighting Blind Itachi, but in a 2v1. So I don't see, honestly, how Itachi comes out of that specific scenario winning, because there's just so much there. And Hiruzen also, not hypothetically, he knows every jutsu in the leaf. So by extension, that means he knows Flying Raijin, he knows the Rasengan, he knows the Lightning Blade, he knows all 5 nature transformations, he does Earth Style, Wind Style, Fire Style, Water Style, and Lightning Style. He can just do most of the genjutsu. He knows everything in the leaf. So to say that he wouldn't be able to keep up with Itachi's arsenal, and I understand that Itachi is a complete genius, and that he finds a hole in every jutsu, there's a weakness in every jutsu, that's his thing. But I don't know if he can just withstand that kind of output that Itachi or that Hiruzen's going to put out. And honestly, like, I may be overlooking something, and I feel like I'm kind of lowballing Itachi here because, I mean, you can't go highballing Itachi in this kind of scenario. But I still feel like Hiruzen can come out with the victory here. Also, Hiruzen's chakra reserves are nothing to scoff at. Or later on in his life, 2 clones is max, right? And that's not that bad of a thing. Boruto, his max is I think 4 clones. So that's not bad at all, and that's as an old man. When he was selected as Hokage, he was near Tobirama's level. Almost said Toriyama right there. But he was near Tobirama's level, and once he got a little older and started training the Sannin, he really could throw down out there. So I'm just saying that I really feel like Hiruzen has a solid chance here. And I feel like there's a couple factors that I'm not going into, and that would be the Tsukuyomi, right? And that Itachi probably could Tsukuyomi both Enma and Hiruzen and knock them out of the fight. But I don't feel like it's that simple. I feel like Hiruzen is a little more like heavy duty than like Kakashi was in part 1. Remember, Kakashi's limit was like 4 Chidoris. He's like, whew, after 4, man, I'm out for the day. Like, that was Kakashi's limit, and he got Tsukuyomi'd, and yeah, he was getting stabbed for like 3 days straight in there, but he like was in the hospital for a couple days, and he used the Mangekyo Sharingan like twice. He was in the hospital for 2 days. Kakashi wasn't that strong in part 1, and at the beginning of part 2, like, he was a little weak, I'm not gonna lie. And then Hiruzen, I feel like, is way past that, and I feel like he could maybe take a Tsukuyomi and keep going. So I'm not really 100% sure that the Tsukuyomi has much of an effect there. Susanoo, that's another deal, but I still feel like him and Enma can really do stuff there. Also, just the depth of Hiruzen's jutsu just really shows that I feel like he would be able to pull something out of his pocket that, you know, would counter Itachi, because as Itachi says himself, every jutsu has a weakness. I feel like Hiruzen can exploit that against Itachi. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you have any thoughts about it, if you want to scold me because Itachi could beat Hiruzen, go down to the comments. I'll answer most of them, unless they're just baseless and stupid, then I'm not going to answer that. If you're feeling really good today, hit that subscribe button. That would be awesome. Yeah, and as always, guys, have a good day.